meal called spaghetti pie. It's so simple, so delicious. I can't wait to show you this today. To get started for today's recipe of spaghetti pie, we're going to need 1 pound of spaghetti noodles. So, which is 1 box like this. And I've already got some water boiling, and I'm going to put the noodles in. Alright, so we're going to let that cook down. In the meantime, I have some ground beef. I've got 1 pound of ground beef. And we'll get our pan going. And I'm going to throw the ground beef in there. Actually, need some olive oil. So we'll do just a tablespoon of olive oil. Then the pound of ground beef. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up this 1 whole white onion, chop this up nice and fine, and that'll cook also with the ground beef. Alright, the onion's all chopped. You can hear the ground beef on there. Let's add in the onions. Alright, we'll break up this ground beef in here. Alright, so we're going to let this cook down and our noodles boil probably about 5 minutes for each, because the noodles are going to be real quick. We want them to become al dente. The ground beef, we want no more pink in this meat. And you can also season it with a little bit of some salt and some pepper. Just let all of this cook down, and we'll move on to the next. Alright, so our noodles are almost cooked. They've got about another minute in there. And then our ground beef, that's fully cooked. The only thing I'm going to add in is I have some garlic. And I've got about 2 tablespoons, 3 cloves of garlic. But anyways, I like to put the garlic in last because then it doesn't break down all the garlic flavor as it's being cooked. We'll just mix that in there. Meanwhile, while I'm waiting for these 2 things to cook, I have some fresh mozzarella. I've got about 16 ounces, which is like, for me, it's this 1 whole log here of fresh mozzarella. And what I need this for is it's going to act as the cheese part of the cheese for this spaghetti pie. So I'm actually going to chop it up, and there's no pretty way to do this because it's going to melt, and you want I like having big chunks of it when I go in to have a bite of the fresh mozzarella. So just however you want to do, just cube up the mozzarella. And like again, like I said, rough chop. So now we've got the mozzarella chopped. Next, I'm going to just drain our noodles and drain the excess fat from our ground beef, and then we'll be back. So our noodles are drained, and the ground beef, I drained the excess fat off of that. So next, what I'm going to do in a separate bowl, mixing bowl, I'm going to add in our sauce. So what I'm going to add in is the ricotta cheese, and I'm going to do about 2.5 cups of it. Just want to break it up just a little bit. And what I'm also going to add in is some sour cream. And I've tried this with sour cream and cream cheese, so it all works. And I'm going to do about 1/2 cup of that. I'm just going to combine those together. Alright, that makes it really nice. Next, what I'm going to add in is just a little bit of our marinara sauce. Just a little bit of 1/2 of the can, just kind of combine all of that. Next what I have is I have my baking dish that I'm going to use. And I've already pre-greased that. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take some of the marinara sauce and just add that to the bottom. And we'll just, kind of like a lasagna where you want to put some of the sauce on the bottom. That's what I'm going to do here. So it's kind of a layering game, but not really. Then next I'm going to just take in some of the meat that we've already cooked. Just a little bit because I want some of the bottom to have some of the meat flavor too. So it looks great. You can see there it's all layered. But there, next what we need is the noodle. So then what I have over here is the noodle, and I'm just going to place them throughout. They're still really hot. All right, we've got them all in there. Just some of it. Then what I'm going to do is put just a little bit more of the sauce. And then we're good to go for the rest of it. What I'm going to do is take now this layer with the ricotta cheese and mix that in. And I'm doing this by layer. You could do this all in one big mixing bowl, but I want to kind of layer it up. I don't know, I just like doing it that way. But if you are really not in the mood to layer it up, just mix it all in one bowl. Okay. Then I'm going to take some of the fresh mozzarella. Just throw it along in here. Because the reason why I do like layering is that I can have the chunks of mozzarella throughout. Otherwise, mixing it you may, but sometimes when you mix, all the clumps of the mozzarella go together on one side. So that's where I go with this. Then I'm going to add in, again, the meat. And I do almost all of it, just a little bit left for the top. Okay. The rest of the noodles go in. The last of the ricotta, sour cream, and some mozzarella mixture. Add that to my mess. I'll just combine that. Make sure you get this cheese mixture to the side, the ricotta and everything, so it all spreads evenly. For the last part, I'm going to take the last part of this fresh mozzarella and fully cover the top of this. Okay, so I know you can't fully see this, but there it is. Looks beautiful. I'm going to pop this in the oven 350 degrees, and I'm going to cook it uncovered because I want that cheese and everything to melt. Everything else is already cooked in this, and it doesn't need to be cooked. That's why I don't add eggs, because once the cheese is melted, this is ready to go. Other than that, let's put it in, and we're going to wait about it'll probably be like 20 minutes. And look at that. That looks delicious. So I have taken out the spaghetti pie out of the oven. I let it cook. You can see here that all those mozzarella chunks have melted and they've started to brown on the top, and that's a good indication for when you can take it out of the oven. All you need to do is just serve it up. For the family, cut it like lasagna. Also, I'm serving it with some garlic bread I've made, and you can serve it with a vegetable of your choice. But I hope that your family will love this recipe as much as my family does. And remember to check me out for this recipe at www.sausymouth.com. You can check me out at YouTube and also find me on Twitter. Thanks for watching.